It's the 2025 Western Athletic Conference Tournament on ESPN+. They call it the Old Hammer Rivalry in Utah. Tonight, they'll play it for a championship in Texas. Welcome in Utah Tech and Utah Valley, the WAC championship on the volleyball court. Welcome to Abilene, Texas, Moody Coliseum, and Abilene Christian University. It's festive in here. It's been our host all week long for the 2025 volleyball tournament. I'm Andy Penny, pleased to be joined by my good friend and colleague, Kendra Sheehan. And Kendra, when we look at the bracket, it has held form. We've got the top two seeds, the co-champions in the regular season, Utah Valley and Utah Tech. They split during the regular season. It's a rubber match for a gold trophy tonight.
This has all the makings of a fantastic championship match. Emotions are going to be running high, so it's which team can remain calm and collected, play their brand of volleyball, and be the most disciplined at the end of the day will hoist up that trophy.
Let's take a look at our featured players tonight for each of these teams. We'll start with Utah Tech. It was good to see Kennedy Knutson back on the floor yesterday, the 5'11" outside hitter.
Hey, look out for senior outside hitter Kennedy Knutson. Back after being out since early October, Knutson earned 2 kills in limited play yesterday. If she's a full send today, expect Knutson to be a top target with crazy power. Knutson was a kill menace before her injury. She'll look to have a big game here in the championship.
On the other side, the 6'1" outside hitter, Sammy Blackett, as good as advertised all week long.
Sophomore outside hitter Sammy Blackett will need to have another stellar night. She had 9 kills, 8 digs, 3 blocks in last night's outing. She's an all-around superstar, and once she's on, there's no stopping her. Look for that quick footwork and smart reads as that formidable presence tonight.
Our featured players for tonight's match, sponsored by Game One and Adidas, the brands behind your brand, official apparel partners of the Western Athletic Conference. We take a look at the bracket. How did we get here for tonight? Well, again, the bracket has held true to form. All of the top seeds have won all week long. Utah Valley, the 1 seed at 10-2 in the regular season. Utah Tech also at 10-2 in the regular season. Utah Valley won more sets head-to-head than Utah Tech. That is why the number 1 and the number 2. But Kendra, make no mistake, this is about as good as even as we're going to find in conference play.
Should both these teams come out with the intensity, this is going to be an absolute showdown. These two teams are top in the league in so many offensive categories, hit percentage, kills, blocks, you name it. These two teams are the cream of the crop in the WAC, and it should be an absolute showdown here tonight.
You will see Utah Tech in the road blue jersey tops. They'll be on the right side of the floor as we get underway. Utah Tech in the white jersey tops tonight. Sam Atoa and company trying to get back to the national tournament for the first time since 2021. Utah Tech, Coach Hafoka and the Trailblazers looking for their first trip and first WAC tournament championship. First swing of the night goes the way of Avery Page, a touch by the Trailblazers at the net. Utah Valley will get our first point. It's the Wolverines overall 15-10. Utah Tech at 21-5. Again, they split their 2 regular season matches, each winning on their home floor. It's an ace for Bella Wooden and a good start for Utah Valley. Utah Valley beat Utah Tech in straight sets when they played in Orem. It took 4 sets for Utah Tech to beat Utah Valley in St. George. Again, that's the tiebreaker, 4-3, Utah Valley. A swing for Asiata, hits the antenna near side. Utah Valley, a nice start.
And one of the things that Utah Valley is stronger in than Utah Tech, and that's the service game. Utah Valley is 2nd in the league, and Utah Tech is dead last. And so their service game needs to be on, but we're seeing great things from that line for the Wolverines.
A clip of the top of the net. Wooden has her second ace. Coach Sam Atoa, when we visited with him earlier today, was very pleased in their match last night versus Abilene Christian of their serve and pass game. They put Abilene Christian out of system through the serve. On the flip side, we're in system offensively off of the serve. Here's the slide and the first point. The kill goes to Cassidy Freed, the 6'2" middle blocker. all WAC first team, Cassidy Freed.
Unlocking those middles early is going to be key for Utah Tech. A beautiful slide from Cassidy Freed. That is such a fun option, and it catches Utah Valley off guard.
A swing and a kill for Utah Tech, or excuse me, Utah Valley, as Jaffa in the middle. Both teams have been very clean offensively, as Utah Tech in their sweep of Tarleton, only 9 attack errors. Utah Valley with 11 attack errors. That was it in their sweep of ACU. First swing of the night for Harrison, off the dig, but out of bounds, and it's a point. Kendra, let's take a look at our keys to the match, brought to you by University Credit Union.
For Utah Tech, it's no nerves, just trust. The Trailblazers did not play well in their first match of the tournament. They settled in. They cruised to a sweep to get here in the championship. You have to remember why you're here. I know it's the championship, but you have what it takes to win the championship. And then X factor or not, you got to play. Whether Knutson gets time or not, lean on some of those other players, Asiata, Trainer, Snow, that have helped guide you here. And then for Utah Valley, it's experienced eyes. Page and Riggs have been a part of that 2022 team that made it all the way to the WAC championship, so rely on them. And then just keep swinging. Utah Valley is so strong when they're in system, so put those balls away.
Your keys to the match brought to you by University Credit Union, the official financial institution partner of the Western Athletic Conference. Visit ucu.org today to join. Federally insured by NCUA, University Credit Union. A little bit of nerves for both teams as each will try to settle in. We saw that from Utah Tech on Thursday, their opening match in the quarterfinals versus Southern Utah. Very tight to start, but able to settle in in sets 2, 3, and 4. A net violation here on the Trailblazers.
And these are just simple mistakes for Utah Tech. It seems like they are playing a little bit tight. I mean, it's natural. This is your first WAC championship appearance, so give it a few points, let the nerves settle in. I think this team will get into a groove.
From the back row, Page takes some off. Snow able to get a touch on it. Now the block on the far pin. It's Reese again with Taylor Snow.
Yeah, great work by Reese. Closing in on that was Snow, but that is a huge stop for Sammy Blackett on the other side. She is not an easy hitter to come up with a big block like that.
We mentioned Freed, the all-WAC first team selection, Snow an all-WAC second team selection. It's Casey Bugas with the serve. Nice dig in the back row, Lafiso. A swing, a touch, a kill for Tessa Trainer. Trainer's been hot. 12 kills in each of the 2 matches here at the WAC tournament.
She's helped ignite this offense. When this team needed that spark, Tessa Trainer was there, and she's done so all season. She hasn't always been as high on the stat sheet, but she does it all. And I'm glad that her stats are finally rewarding her here in the championship, the tournament rather.
A violation here on the Trailblazers, I believe a 2-touch on the block attempt. There's a look at Camilla Hofoka, her 5th year at Utah Tech, the WAC Coach of the Year. 21-5, well exceeding the win total of her previous 4 teams there at St. George. Trainer dug up by Page. Far pin to Reese. Blocked but covered. Now Blackett into the block. And the Utah Tech front line defensively off to a nice start. Another block.
That was a huge dig by Bugas to keep that one going. And another great block. That block on that outside, or rather right side, but blocking Utah Valley's outside is going to be crucial today.
Chisholm, the dump. Dug nicely by Waters. Wooden into the net. And the attack error gives Utah Tech another point.
Yeah, Wooden wanted that one so badly. Just probably shouldn't have gone for the kill there. Hey, set it up. You were a little bit off the net. Either way, Utah Tech now is within 1.
After Utah Valley scored each of the first 3. Page dug in the back row. Bugas. Near pin. Glockner blocks and down on the Utah Valley side. We're back to even, 8 apiece.
It took a minute, but Utah Tech now feels like they've found their rhythm. They're playing their brand. They're looking loose. They're getting to their spots. And now Utah Valley starting to get a little bit more tense.
Wooden covered well. Again, Waters, the freshman. Trainer dug in the back row. Page again from the back. They've tried that 3 or 4 times. This time it proves effective. Avery Page from the back row. The 6'1 senior, the WAC player of the year.
When you have Wooden in front, it creates that blocking presence, and so it's really hard for Utah Tech to see where that attack's coming from until the last minute.
Page exceeded 300 kills here in 2025 with 8 of them last night. She's on the outside pin, blocked, but a second chance. Down the line, Waters off to a great start in the back row. Near side, this time blocked. Glockner, the block of Trainer. The national leader in blocks, Utah Valley.
Yeah, Bella Wooden does such a great job of closing that over. And that's just a tough one. I mean, if it goes off the block, you're covering. You could have seen Lofiso move a little bit over to that right side, but hey, you just take that one.
Trailblazers out of system. Wooden in the middle. It's deep. An ask for a touch. Anna Grant off the touch. Wooden with the kill. Get a good look there in the replay. I believe that was Sydney Reese with the touch. Blackett on the service line. Outside, Trainer blocked. It's the duo again, Wooden and Glockner. And our first timeout on the floor. First set of our championship, off to a great start. Utah Valley an early lead on ESPN+.
University Credit Union.
WAC championship, Utah Valley and Utah Tech. A nice start here in set number 1. Andy Pitty, Kendra Sheehan are courtside, as well as the third member of our team. Hey, Daisy Strine.
Hey, Andy, let's talk a little bit of rivalry. Would you believe me if I told you these two teams had a rivalry dating all the way back to the 1970s? Well, it's true. It's called the Old Hammer Rivalry. Both these teams played for Region 18 and the Scenic West Athletic Conference for over 30 years together, from 1972 to 2003. And prior to the two schools' first meetings as WAC opponents, they renewed and rebranded this Old Hammer Rivalry, which is contested in 13 sports, and of course, volleyball being one of them. Andy?
Yeah, good stuff. A lot on the line tonight. Not just a WAC championship, but some personal pride, some state pride, and there's probably an old hammer in a closet somewhere that somebody gets to take home tonight, right?
Hey, these two schools are also separated by about 260 miles, and this is actually the first WAC volleyball championship that's an in-state rival. Of course, it's happening in Texas, these two Utah schools down here, but a lot of pride. I mean, so much rivalry and bad blood between these two programs.
Utah Valley now on a 6-point run after we were tied at 8. Freed tight on the net on the slide. It's effective. That will stop the string of 6 consecutive. Sam Matoa told us prior to the game, he said, I feel like a Texan here this month. They played at home on November 1st, and since they have played in the state of Texas now 5 matches in a row. Of course, they've been here for a week after their last regular season game versus Abilene Christian last Saturday. They've been here all week. He might take up residency here in the Lone Star State pretty soon.
About 8 days in Abilene, filled it with some golfing. We didn't get to ask him what his score was, but we'll be sure to find that out. The team had a lot of opportunities to bond, a little dancing with the stars. We heard that from Daisy yesterday. So, you know, you go back and forth. Do you want to make the trip home? But for this team, they're playing at a high clip, so Why make that travel back?
Utah Tech has been here since Tuesday, practice day on Wednesday, and then had to play the quarterfinal match on Thursday. So this is their third match of the weekend. Glockner tries to place it. Freed able to dig. Far side, Asiata blocked. It's out on the far sideline. And the kill to Nana Asiata.
I mean, that's that huge block. You can see it right there. So much for them. They're sealing it really well. I mean, there's no room.
Check that. That actually hit the sideline far side, so Utah Valley point. Wooden will give it back with the service error. The major stat that jumped out in the two matches between these two was Utah Valley's hitting percentage. In their loss, just 164 with 24 errors. In their win at 276 with just 15 errors. Much more efficient in the offense in their three-set win versus Utah Tech.
And it really starts with that first pass, that first contact, allowing your setter to run a multiple option offense, allowing her to set the ball so that it's tight on the net and not out of system. It's critical. Like that, I mean, clockwork, beautiful.
As Paige goes down the line, clips the line, and she has another kill. It was really a quiet night for Avery last night, 8 kills, 7 digs, but just the options in the Utah Valley offense were aplenty last night. Did not have to rely on Paige to carry the load. As the first serve for Natalie Riggs, it's another service error, back-to-back service errors for the Wolverines. So look at Mahealani Ike, the redshirt freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Back to Paige. Ike the dig. Out of the back row. It's Trainer. The junior outside hitter from Salem, Utah, again having a great tournament thus far this weekend.
Those back row attacks are so tricky sometimes because you're not used to lining up, so the block isn't necessarily going to cover, and then they take a diving edge over the net, and it's really hard to defend.
Out of system after the EK serve. On the far pin, Asiata. Beautiful swing and a kill.
Asiata is one of those reasons that the Utah Tech Trailblazers run that 6-2 because she's such a strong presence on the right side. They feel like it's so impactful to have her and have those two setters come in and set from that back row.
Has really taken on the load with Kennedy Knutson and her injury a month ago. Asiata more swings than she would normally take, but has been plenty effective. Harrison takes some off. Utah Valley unable to play it. And now slow to get up on the near side here on Utah Valley. Right on the net, it's Alyssa Erickson. Training staff will come out and take a look.
Ready, replay, and effective replay.
So we'll take a look on the near side. Erickson on the near pin, right side. Oh, lands on the, landed on the foot there of Olivia Jaffa.
I mean, sometimes when you're playing at the net, I mean, those things happen. So you hope that, hey, maybe she just turned her ankle or, can put some ice on it and it hurts for now, but she can come back in. We saw that a little bit with Rice Lockett in the tournament, and she was able to get back in the game. Of course, not in that first matchup, but that's why you always want to get to your spot and then jump straight up. So if you're moving, that's where some of those injuries can happen, and it's unfortunate when you land on a teammate.
Erickson has been such a key addition this year for the Wolverines. The transfer from BYU had the opportunity to join this Wolverine program for her final year of eligibility. So take a look at her at the trainer's table back there behind the Utah Valley bench. Utah Tech has clawed back. Utah Valley had a 6-point lead at 14-8. Trailblazers back within 2. Road to the near pin, down the line, and the kill for Harrison. A touch called. Utah Valley does not agree, and we might have our first challenge here of the match. As it was Chisholm on the outside of the block. Room in between the pin.
Utah Valley is
Chisholm's
challenging
hand.
the touch on the previous play.
It didn't look like it on that quick replay, but I'd have to see it a little bit slowed down. I mean, that was a close one. It didn't look like it when I first saw it. Let's see if
Another
this
look
will
here
work.
on the near antenna.
Are we saying it's a touch
Yeah,
from?
it could be on the dig. It could be Riggs on the dig.
Yeah, because it definitely, I don't think I saw it on that block. So
Yeah,
if we
Riggs.
could let that play a little bit longer, we could maybe see.
Yeah, one more look. I think Riggs covering the line on the dig.
It looked like it was going right to her hand before it stopped.
Yeah, she may have been the one that had the touch. Might not have been
after
on the net.
review, Utah Valley wins the point, no touch.
Okay, so a replay, no touch. One
So
more
it
look
definitely wasn't
here.
on the block. Oh, no, she didn't touch it either.
Great look there from our production crew. They've been doing it all weekend long. Great look, guys. So the point for Utah Valley. A 3-point lead for the Wolverines. That's a big call. Would have pulled it back within one, but stretches it out back to 3. Page a deep serve and another service error. If there's been a downside to set one, it's been the service error by both teams. Utah Tech with 4, Utah Valley now with 3.
The serving errors are going to become increasingly amplified as this contest continues to move forward. They're missing long, which is good. That's the way you'd want to miss, but it's strong, aggressive serving.
And a call and an in on the back line. A service ace here for Waters. Everyone for Utah Valley thought this was out, but the call is in on the back line.
That's out.
We'll see if we get another challenge. I believe we'll have another challenge.
And so that's where your Utah Valley bench in that top left corner, they have to be so vocal on those serves because it's going to
Utah
come
Tech
down
is
to Lonnie
challenging in
Montevau.
the
She's going to be the
previous
one leading that, but they have the better angle. So if they can be loud, then it can help call some of your players off.
We'll get another look here on the replay. Right there. Tough angle for our line judge, having to get out of the way while he's trying to make the call. But on the review, it does look like it's out by an inch or 2. There's a look at Camilla Hofoka. What a pleasure she's been to get to visit with in preparation for the tournament and throughout the tournament. As here's the call.
After review, the call is reverse. It ball is out. Point UVU. Call is confirmed. Point UVU.
So they had initially called it out, and then the head official had given the point to Utah Valley, and Camilla Hofoka had challenged that.
The other way around, okay. So the line judge said out. The head official reversed the call to in, so the challenge was by Utah Tech.
Yeah, so no matter what, that head official can overrules any of
Gotcha.
those line officials.
So the point to Utah Valley. Second swing for Harrison. And now Wooden in the middle. Our best rally here thus far. Harrison, a third swing. Dug by Page, can't be played. It's a kill for Emory Harrison.
Harrison did a great job finding that seam. Page putting in work. A couple really good digs in that rally. Got a hand on it, but just not enough. Credit to Harrison for finding that seam.
Bugis on the serve. Off the block. Blackett the kill. Even out of system, Utah Valley was able to recover, and Blackett able to get enough of a swing off the block to get the point.
One of the things that Blackett does so well is she utilizes that block to her advantage. Even when she was off, she saw there was a gap in the block, hit it off, and then it landed inside that 10-foot line.
Tight on the net. And Blackett called in the net, a violation. Take a look there at Alyssa Erickson, who rolled the ankle earlier in the set. Smile on her face and a positive nod. We'll see if we see her again on the floor.
A tough break for Utah Valley, but one of the things about this Wolverines team is they have so much depth, and so they have players that can come in, and it continues to keep the game at that high competition. It doesn't dip when some of these other bench
Utah
players
Valley
come
is
in.
challenging a touch on the previous play.
Now Utah Valley is challenging a touch after Blackett. Maybe a net.
So that's
touch.
Waters coming up, and so when you're coming from the back row, you can't have your hands over the net above it, so that's why it's a tough angle for any back row setter, especially with those close net calls. So Waters did everything that she could in that situation. I mean, she's kind of stuck, so it's whether that hand also went over the top of the net.
As you can see, great representation by both of our schools, Utah Valley and Utah Tech. Have made the trip here to Abilene. Abilene's not easy to get to as far as travel in the WAC, but these two schools well represented here in Abilene.
Utah Tech, they do have an airport in St. George. Otherwise, they usually have to drive about 2 hours to Vegas. Then you got to fly to DFW, and then about a 2.5 hour
After review, the
journey
call
here.
stands. Utah Valley will lose their challenge.
Okay, so they're saying that Utah Tech's Waters was still on her side when she was able to touch that.
Trailblazers the point. They're down 2. Snow on the service line. Blackett, great swing.
Blackett is someone that loves the competition. She loves to win. That call didn't go her way. She disagreed with that, which means she's coming out, and she proved it. Look at that aggressive swing. My goodness, you can see why she led all freshmen in kills just a year ago.
He's never backed down from a challenge, Sammy Blackett. Service error back to Utah Tech as we come down the stretch here in set 1. So look at Marley Rowe, the junior setter from Honolulu. On the outside, Glockner dug up Bugis. Another chance for the Wolverines. Rowe able to dig and keep it alive. Wooden now in the middle.
First, that was a fantastic dig by Rowe, but look at that. Bella Wooden has found a way. The block was there. She just swings right around it.
A timeout here for Utah Tech. Utah Valley is 2 points away here from taking set number 1. Of course, tonight, not only the WAC tournament championship, but also the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, the 64-team field. Will not be announced this weekend, will not be announced until next Sunday, November 30th. So a chance for both of these teams, one to get home and maybe just recollect and rest, enjoy the holiday next week, and then get ready for the NCAA tournament.
It is one of the benefits of having that WAC volleyball championship a little bit earlier. There are several conference tournaments that happen over Thanksgiving. So these teams, whoever goes to the NCAA tournament, will have a bit of a rest, a chance to celebrate Thanksgiving with their families, and then prepare to play in the national tournament.
Only 3 automatic qualifiers thus far in the West Coast Conference. San Diego has qualified. Arizona State out of the Big 12. And University of Maryland, Baltimore County out of the America East. 31 automatic bids, 33 at-large bids to make the 64-team NCAA tournament. Again, the selection show next Sunday, November 30th, with matches starting there in early December. Neither team hitting it great here in set number 1. Utah Valley is 121, Utah Tech at 077. Wooden with 2 service aces back on the service line. Tight on the net for Trainer, can't quite get to it. Glockner, credit with a block. It's set point for the Wolverines.
That's a tricky ball for Trainer to have to handle, especially with the size of Utah Valley's block. She didn't really have a choice there. The block is there. When it's tight, you just can't tip it into the block.
Trainer again, off the block this time, tools it well. Utah Tech holds off the first set point. Set point number 2 here for the Wolverines. Trainer now on the service line. Page on the outside, off the block. It's a point. It's a Utah Valley win in set number 1, 25-21. The Wolverines lead 1-0. The 2025 Western Athletic Conference Tournament Championship match here from Abilene, Texas. Utah Valley, the 1-0 lead. It's all right here on ESPN Plus. Utah Valley a win in set number 1, 25-21, a 1-0 lead. Andy Penny, Kendra Sheehan, and the third member of our team, Daisy Strine. She's courtside. Hey, Daisy.
Hey, Andy. Yeah, we got to talk with both coaches before today's match, and we actually learned that they go way back. Coach Atoa has known Coach Afoka since she was just in high school, and believe it or not, her parents and her siblings grew up in the same village in Samoa. Coach Atoa is the first Western Athletic coach of Samoan descent, and Coach Hofoka is just the second. Something really special that they get to share together on this court tonight. Coach Hofoka even told me whenever she was hired at Utah Tech, she gave Coach Atoa a call, and he gave her some tips and advice that she said she will cherish for a lifetime. Andy?
Boy, great stuff right there. 2 quality individuals, 2 quality programs. That's a reason they're here playing each other. Quality all the way around. And it's so neat. We see the inner circle and the weavings of those in the volleyball world, but how special is that to have these 2 coaches playing each other tonight?
Yeah, what a great story. And we spoke with both coaches who have so much respect for each other, and it's funny that they're duking it out here. And, you know, both have such proud Samoan heritage. Coach Afoka has talked about it so much. She comes from a small town. She's trying to make her tribe proud. And Sam Atoa has been in this industry, in this business for such a long time. He really paved the way and was a catalyst for more Samoan coaches to enter the Division I volleyball coaches scene.
Now 4 in the Division I level as head coaches, but Atoa the first, Hofoka the second. A special relationship. As Glockner is blocked, but it is out. A point to Utah Valley. Wolverines take the first set, 25-21. Neither team really took the first set. I thought kind of feeling each other out there in set number 1. Wolverines get to 25 first.
And this is how it played out in that second matchup between these 2 teams. They were really 3-point sets for the first 2 and then a 5-point set when Utah Valley swept it. So they are so closely balanced, and it just was a matter of Utah Valley executing in set number 1.
Wolverines scored the first 3 points in the first set. Utah Tech pulled back at even 8 apiece, but then the Wolverines 6 consecutive points at 14-8 and held Utah Tech at arm's length the rest of the way. Another service error, and Utah Tech their first point here of set number 2. Wolverines hit 147 in that first set. Utah Tech at 143. Chance to swing here and system. Freed takes some off. Page on the near side, dug up in the back row, Lofiso. Good positioning, another kill, Emery Harrison.
And that started with Lofiso. I mean, she's been so solid for this team, allows Rowe to come on, and then just at the last second, Harrison pulls off and tips that.
Harrison already her 5th kill tonight. Page off the net. Trainer the dig. Near side, Asiata into the block. Wooden was just far enough off the net for that to fall on the Utah Valley side.
And when you're a middle blocker, I mean, you are putting in work. You are supposed to close all blocks, and so Wooden just wasn't able to get there. She's pretty athletic, so she was able to get a hand on, but you got to seal it.
Trailblazers their first lead in a set tonight. They'll add to it and double up the Wolverines. The block at the net as Freed is there with Harrison.
Utah Valley knew they made a mistake there, just a little bit too standing still. You got to be prepared, especially with the blocks that both of these teams have. I mean, you have to be low and in crowded position.
Wolverines feed Page again, blocked, but the coverage by UVU keeps the point alive. Mataval, the set, far side to Glockner. Harrison, another swing. This, a touch and another kill. Harrison carrying the load offensively tonight. And Kendra, we have not seen Kennedy Knutson yet. She came in late there in the 3rd set yesterday as Utah Tech finished off Tarleton. Another block here and another point. We were told that Knutson may be available, but we haven't seen her yet.
We haven't seen her, and unless the JUCO rule goes in her favor, this is her final year of collegiate volleyball, and so she really wanted to be full send. We'll talk a little bit more about her after the break.
We'll finish that thought on the other side. Utah Tech, a great start in set 2. The WAC championship on ESPN+. And back here at Moody Coliseum, 6-2 Utah Tech. Sam Atoa wanted the timeout as the Trailblazers a nice start here to start this second set. And the tough pass, but able to keep it alive. Freed, blocked this time by Wooden. And a point. Kendra, we were talking about Kennedy Knutson prior to the timeout. Played there late in the 3rd set yesterday. She's available, we just don't know how much.
And we saw her, she was able to jump, she was attacking, she got 2 kills, she actually got that match point, and we got a chance to talk to Knutson's mom before the match, and we actually found out that she had dislocated her ankle. We saw a picture of it. It was a gruesome injury. They were able to pop it back in place, which was tremendous. If they had to do surgery, she was going to be done. And so she had limited pain. It's just been a matter of, can she play? And she feels ready. This is her last potentially conference tournament, so I certainly hope that we have a chance to see Knutson here today.
Yeah, her mom, Chanel, we had a chance to visit with, as you said, prior to. That happened October the 8th in Stephenville, the night before the Tarleton State match for Utah Tech. Came down on a teammate's foot, rolled the ankle, dislocated the ankle. Not a picture you want to see after we saw it. It was very gruesome, but Kennedy's mom, Chanel, said it's been a cry fest for the last 6 weeks, and deservedly so. I could certainly feel the emotions there trying to get Kennedy back on the court.
You know, Knutson hasn't played in over a month. She still leads the WAC in kills. She was having an unprecedented season. She was a kill machine, and so you really hope to see her. And it's credit to Utah Tech to watch a player like that go down with the injury that she went down with. I mean, that can take a lot out of a team's sail, and they continued to fight, and they still earned a regular season championship.
Did not lose steam once that injury took place. Wolverines are closing the gap here in set 2. Riggs with the serve and the service ace. Team leader in aces, Natalie Riggs, her 32nd of the year.
And Riggs was a part of that 2022 team that made it all the way to the WAC championship before they fell to then Stephen F. Austin when they were in the conference. But she has that experience. This doesn't rattle her. She's a vet for this squad.
She'll get a dig here to start the offense. Page tight on the net. Back to Asiata. On the right side, the swing, the kill.
Asiata has been so fun to watch this entire tournament. Just splits the block and goes right down. That is a really tough ball for anyone to dig, especially with the gap that she found.
It's her 3rd kill tonight. She'll rotate out. Tahani Waters with the serve. The WAC, part of the WAC freshman team, right on cue. Pulls off ace number 16 of her season.
Waters has been really good from behind the service line, so I've been really impressed with just the way that she's attacking the serve. And that floater is so dangerous.
She'll hit Page in the back row. In the middle, first swing for Steliana Shakrova. Free swing for Snow, dug up. Page dug in the back row. What a point. The Trailblazers will take it.
Great fight from Utah Tech, and we're seeing Steliana Chakarova because Erickson is still out. We saw her on crutches, so we're unsure if she's going to return. So a big load of the blocking and the hitting now falls on Chakarova.
Erickson certainly looked devastated on that far side. Get the transfer from BYU. A little miscommunication on who was going to play the set. Riggs trying to get through traffic, unable to play it. Trailblazers a 5-point lead.
Utah Valley needs to settle in. They're having those miscues, that miscommunication. Can't have that here in set 2.
Riggs on the slide, Jaffa. Page again. Near side, Reese with the kill. Able to drive it past Blackett. Unable to effectively dig, and Utah Tech now starting to get in that rhythm, that groove that we had talked about.
Yeah, Reese went right through the hands of Jaffa, and so your defense is not there. They're not positioned. They're expecting Jaffa to close that, and so Blackett forced to try and make a play out of nothing, really.
In the middle, great dig this time, Matavel. It's Blackett from the back row. Harrison a little strong on this attempt. And the attack error. Get a look there at Avery Page, already with 20 attempts tonight. Utah Valley only rotated 9 players through the game last night, their match with ACU. So Mataval again in the back row. Blackett now in the front row, blocked this time. Reese along with Snow.
Huge block. That was really all Reese there.
And the Trailblazers with more blocks thus far than the national leader, Utah Valley.
And that's because Utah Valley has been producing a lot of out-of-system balls. So they're forcing Waters, they're forcing Chisholm to go to that outside. That's their go-to option. And Utah Tech's there. They can read that so easily.
Page out of the back row this time, catches the line, far sideline. Her 6th kill.
If you need a spark, you go to Avery Page. It doesn't matter where she is on the floor, you go to her.
There's a reason she has the title WAC Player of the Year in 2025. Reese through the double block. Not much of a lane in between the double block, but Reese able to find it.
Reese is one of those players that is so athletic. Yeah, Bella Wooden's coming over there. There is just a tiny opening, and Reese cutting the hand and slicing right through it.
Good pass. The dump works effectively as Chisholm able to dump it in. That all starts with the pass from Wooden. Perfect pass. And with so many attack options, Chisholm able to take advantage of the dump.
And that's going to open up some lanes for your offense.
Far side, trainer Doug Matavel. Glockner blocked. It's Cassidy Freed.
When those sets are a little bit off like that, it gives plenty of time for Freed to make that extra step, and she was still making that jump over, but was able to get enough of her hand over. So a little bit tighter on the set you need to see for that back set.
A 6'2" middle blocker from Middleton, Idaho. Wooden, a wide open lane. Chisholm on the quick. The second set playing out polar opposite of the first. Utah Valley jumped out to a lead. Utah Tech could not close the gap. Can Utah Valley close the gap here on the Trailblazers? Page again unable to put any velocity on that swing. She'll go off speed again, and it works.
Page doing so well just reading that, and the benefit when you tip it, you're tipping it right to Utah Tech's setter, so then it forces the Trailblazers to figure out, hey, who's going to take that second ball, and you can catch them out of system in that way as well.
Rowe to Freed on the slide, blocked. Page and Wooden, and it's a three-point run for the Wolverines. Bella Wooden, 167 blocks to come into the tournament. That's not even the record that she set a year ago with 190 plus.
They call her middle blocker for a reason. I mean, your primary focus is to be that block and to seal those blocks, and Bella Wooden has such tremendous footwork and fundamentals to be able to execute that at such a high level.
She'll get a chance in the middle again. Rowe with the dig, but unable to be played.
That three-gap offensive run for the middle is so deadly. Look how quick it goes over there. So Cassidy Freed trying to get up there, but it's such an effective approach because it's so fast and then a little bit out, so you catch Utah Tech off guard.
So 4 in a row for Utah Valley to close back within 2. All right, Kendra, I haven't stumped you all weekend long. So we decided to repeat a question for those who may have missed it the first time during the weekend. It's Championship Saturday. We've had how many different schools in the history of the WAC hoist the trophy tonight? How many different schools have won a WAC volleyball championship? I know you know the answer, so don't spoil it for everybody else.
Oh, okay. I thought you want me to say it right now. Okay, we'll let the fans think on it.
We'll give you a chance. How many different schools have won a WAC
Tweet at WAC Sports if you know the answer.
There you go. It's been a terrific history of the WAC. I've certainly loved to look back on some of the great history of this conference, the Western Athletic Conference. And first time we've had a in-state championship match here, Utah Valley and Utah Tech.
It's crazy how it ended up working out. You know, these two teams, really all three of our teams, including Southern Utah, I mean, there's such a rivalry. Everyone wants to be the best Utah school in the conference. And these two teams have played so well this season, are so deserving to be here tonight.
Out of the timeout, Trainer will go cross. She'll clip the line, the far sideline. That will stop that string of 4 consecutive for the Wolverines. Trainer, that junior outside hitter. She's a Utah product out of Salem, Salt Lake Community College. Now on that service line. Blackett, great dig to keep the point alive. She'll do it again. Glockner far side, dug up by Rowe. Utah Tech unable to play it. It's a kill for Glockner.
Look at that by Glockner. If you're going to target somebody, also, again, going to Utah Tech setter, cuts that so well, hits it through the gap. Beautifully done.
It's Wooden the service error. Long here. We saw multiple errors by both teams in set one, 4 apiece. That's the first service error by either team. Here's set 2. EK now on that service line. Had an ace last night versus Tarleton. Glockner, dug by Trainer. Page near pin, goes cross, dug well. Second chance, down the line. Off the coverage of Rowe, it's a kill, Avery Page.
When you hit that line, it is so hard for that right side, for that setter to stop, and Avery Page just hits that to perfection.
Rowe's in position right down the line, just unable to collect. It's Harrison off the net, and a chance for UVU. Page again blocked. And a play at the net. On the slide, Jaffa blocked. Harrison, her first block tonight to go with 7 kills.
And we're seeing Utah Valley run a 5-1 right now, so they've pulled Chisholm in to go round, and so she was able to go up there and contend the net. That was huge for Chisholm, and that's something that she couldn't do from the back row.
Service error, Waters. She hits this one into the net. Gonna look at Natalie Riggs there, number 9 for Utah Valley. She was the victim of wrong place, wrong time last night in the Utah Valley celebration in the locker room. Of course, the thing to do these days is to throw water cups everywhere, and she was not positioned well. She was drenched at the end of that celebration. One that she'll remember and probably didn't mind too much. Reese a kill as she goes cross.
And it's interesting because we are seeing Riggs in, but Chisholm is taking the setting role, so Riggs is acting as a defensive specialist, and maybe she'll come around to hit. We'll see.
There, look again at Coach Atoa. Wanted to give a shout out to his 6 kids and 7 grandkids who are watching all over the country, spread out across the country. Trainer blocked at the net. Second chance, Reese near pin. Off speed, finds the hardwood.
It looks like she got just a hand on that, just a piece on it as we take another look here. Sydney Reese, the one thing about her is she just has raw athletic talent. She catches that on the way down, but she has such the wingspan that she's able to get just a piece on it. Coach Afoka said, when we get her a little bit more playing time, match that with her just raw athleticism, there's no telling her future.
A Coach Atoa timeout, Utah Tech the 2016 lead. Okay, Kendra, we've kept them in suspense long enough. How many different schools have hoisted the trophy on a night like tonight and won a WAC volleyball championship? I'll let you answer since you're perfect all weekend long.
The answer to that is 10 right now.
That is correct.
Should Utah Tech win, we push that to 11. Utah Valley chasing their 3rd WAC championship.
That is correct. Utah Valley with 2 in their history. Utah Tech trying to add their name to that list, and the answer would change B to C if that were to happen. But currently, at the moment, 10 WAC volleyball championships. Of course, the University of Hawaii with 11 WAC titles. New Mexico State has 5. BYU, Cal State Bakersfield, Utah Valley, all with 2. Utah State, UT Rio Grande Valley, Grand Canyon, Stephen F. Austin, and last year's winner, UT Arlington, each with 1 apiece. 10 different champions thus far in WAC championship history. Utah Tech trying to close out set 2 and even us up 1 set apiece. Trainer dug by Blackett. Page in the back row. And Reese again goes cross. And a touch and a point for the Trailblazers.
These are critical 4 points for Utah Tech. Right now, they got that 5-point lead. They need to close this one out. You do not want to see this set slip away.
You talked about Reese and the raw talent. Coach Hafoka said she could touch 10'5" in their jumping tests. Page from the back row, able to get a point. There's a look again at Alyssa Erickson. Does
Safe
not
to
look
say
good.
she's not coming back.
Does not look good for a potential return tonight. Of course, on the block, came down and rolled the ankle on a teammate. She stepped on the foot of a teammate.
You just hate that for Erickson. I mean, she had 7 kills, 3 blocks to get her team there. She's had an electric season. She's been a huge part of this team's success, and just an unfortunate situation where she rolls her ankle, and now the only thing she can do is hope her team makes it. And that week or so gap between now and to the NCAA tournament, can she be ready? Can she take the floor if the Wolverines win?
Waters a quick set. Freed takes it off. It finds the court before the pancake. It's a point, Utah Tech. Great effort there by Chisholm, but just could not quite get to it.
That little pocket in the middle is wide open quite a bit for Utah Tech should they see and be able to utilize it.
Blackett the kill off the antenna. The service error for the point for the Trailblazers. It's set point in set 2. 1 point away from tying us up 1 set apiece. Blackett again on the outside, off of Waters, and the kill. The sophomore, her 4th kill tonight. Chisholm on the service line. Utah Tech set point number 2. Reese blocks. Blackett and Wooden again. And the set continues. On the outside. Trainer dug up. Blackett. Trainer again. Glockner blocks, but off the block it's out of bounds, and Utah Valley has pushed off 3 set points thus far. And a timeout for Utah Tech.
Wolverines are chipping away at that lead. Utah Tech just needs 1 side out here.
So Wolverines 25-21 in that first set, and now Utah Tech at 24-20. Right off the block, but out on that far side. You were a part of that tournament championship last year for UT Arlington. Just what a run that the Mavericks had a year ago to take last year's championship. Fell this year in the quarterfinals, but last year was pretty impressive there in UTA.
They went completely perfect on the year. Grand Canyon did give them a run for their money there in the championship, and that one was fun to watch because UT Arlington was down there, and they had to fight back. I want to say it was set point for Grand Canyon. UTA was down by 3. Grand Canyon actually thought they had won it. The call was reversed, and then UT Arlington used that as fuel, went 3 straight points to take it, and I mean, what an impressive season. JT Wanger ended up going to Gonzaga. Yep. They bring in Tanya Chateau, and She's done a great job with that program, but they replaced a lot of pieces from that championship, so it kind of was building from the ground up again and learning how to have a winning team and a winning season.
Fourth set point. Trainer takes some off. Blackett, another dig. Back to Blackett. Goes cross, gets the kill. 4 set points. Nothing to show yet.
Look at that placement by Blackett. I mean, that is so strong to just recognize and then cut her hand in just to get that inside that 10-foot line.
Trainer again, blocked. Wooden and Glockner. 5 in a row for Utah Valley.
When Utah Valley's on with that block, they are on. That was menacing. And Trainer needs to recognize that. She can't slam into that type of a block. She's got to utilize it to her advantage.
And Kendra will see for the first time tonight the senior, Kennedy Knudsen. Is rotated in here on set point number 6.
They certainly are limiting her rotations.
Straight to the senior. This time off the net. Reese, near side. Blackett, blocked. Point continues. Blackett, blocked, but hits the antenna. The block hits the antenna. It's a point to Utah Valley.
Wow. The way Utah Valley has continued to fight is insane. I mean, they are playing like their lives depend on it, and it's really just set number 2.
6 in a row for the Wolverines. They're back within 1. Knudsen off the net. Mataval the dig. Glockner off the block. We're tied.
Utah Tech needs to find a way to side out right here. If the block is there, you've got to find the opening. You got to do the roll shot. You got to use the block, tool it off if you can. But you have got to get this point right here. You cannot let set number 2 slip away.
Knudsen will rotate back out. Trainer back on the floor. 24 apiece. 7 in a row for Utah Valley. Trainer tight on the net. Blackett out near sideline. Set point, Utah Tech. High drama here late set number 2. Marley Rowe the serve. Wooden in the middle. Will play on.
That 3 gap is so effective for Utah Valley, especially when Bella Wooden is in that front 3 rotation.
25, not enough. As Blackett to serve. On the outside, Asiata inside the line. Great swing, Nana Asiata, her 4th kill, and it's another set point.
This is where emotions come into play, and you have to remain calm. You have to be disciplined, get to base, and execute on your side.
A touch on Blackett, set point on the service ace. Trailblazers have pulled even at 1 set apiece. It took 8 set points to finally do it. But Utah Tech 27-25 in set number 2. We'll move to set 3 on the other side, the Western Athletic Conference Volleyball Championship. It's here on ESPN+.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2025 WAC Volleyball Tournament. Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of Western Athletic Conference women's sports, a sub above. The Venue, official ticketing partner of the Western Athletic Conference. University Credit Union, the official financial institution partner of the Western Athletic Conference. Visit ucu.org to join today. Federally insured by the NCUA. And soldout.com. Visit soldout.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference.
As we welcome you back to Abilene, Texas, 2 sets down. It has been as good as advertised. We're tied 1 set apiece in the WAC Championship, Utah Valley and Utah Tech. As we welcome you now back inside Moody Coliseum, Abilene Christian University, our host side, Andy Penny, Kendra Sheehan. And Kendra, it took Utah Valley a little while to get going set 1, but they did. They took set 1. Utah Tech, 8 set points. It took 8 of them, but able to get the win there in set 2, 27-25.
I felt like that was a must-win for Utah Tech, especially how far ahead they were. That would be very deflating if Utah Valley was able to come back, and then they'd be riding a ton of momentum going into set number 3. So for Utah Tech to get that win, now we're even 1-1, and it's going to come down to keeping those emotions in check here.
As we take a look at our soldout.com stats through the first 2 sets, each team has gone to their player. Already 32 attempts for Avery Page, 25 for Tessa Trainer. They're going to their main players offensively.
And that's what you want to do in these situations. Go to the ones that have the experience, that have been lighting it up all season, that you trust the most, that have been consistent and reliable.
Tonight's stats brought to you by soldout.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference. Of course, this has been a great tournament put on by the Western Athletic Conference. The commissioner, Rebecca Ray, great leadership by her as well. She is courtside with the 3rd member of our team, Daisy Stryan. Hey, Daisy.
Hey, thanks, Andy. What stands out to you about the atmosphere here in Abilene, the host site for this year's tournament?
It's been fantastic. Obviously, the arena, it's a beautiful arena. The production and everything the staff has put into it has been really wonderful. But the community's gotten behind it. I think not just for ACU games as well, but the community's been showing up, and we've had some good crowds. So it's been an exciting experience for the athletes.
What stands out to you about the level of play in Western Athletic Conference volleyball this year?
Well, I mean, obviously it's been good competition, right? What we're seeing here today is evidence of what we've seen all year. And I think we had 4 new coaches, a lot of turnover in some of our rosters. Weren't sure what to expect, and they've really performed and shown up. And so it's been a fun year of volleyball.
What makes this conference extra special for the student athletes?
Oh, I mean, I think that the level of competition, good rivalries across the board. Like, we try to make sure that the student athletes are right there at the forefront of every decision, and you can see that in their experience.
And how meaningful is this moment with the NCAA berth on the line?
I mean, this is what these athletes have been dreaming about all their career, all their lives. So it's really exciting to be a part of that and to get to see it all come to fruition.
Absolutely. Thank you. Andy, we'll send it back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Daisy. The commissioner of the Western Athletic Conference, Rebecca Ray, who does a fine job, not just volleyball, but so many sports that the Western Athletic Conference hosts.
Yeah, and she gets around to all the championships, shows her presence, really is engaged with the student-athlete experience. And so we've been putting on some fantastic championships. This is the final one of our fall championships. We had cross-country, we had men's soccer, we had women's soccer, and now we finish off the fall season with volleyball. And it's been so fun to watch all of our teams compete at the high level.
Set number 3 underway. Again, 1 set apiece. As this out, the attack error. Utah Tech thus far a hitting percentage of 160, 26 kills, 13 attack errors. Utah Valley at 151, they have 29 kills, 15 attack errors. Near side to Glockner down the line, it's in. Glockner, her 4th kill tonight. Page leads the way with 9. Wooden has 7. Blackett 6. Glockner now with 4. Harrison with 7 for Utah Tech to lead the way. Reese has 6. Trainer with 5. Asiata also with 5. Near side, Harrison into the block. That block's been effective.
And one of the reasons we're seeing such a low hitting percentile from both these teams is because of that tremendous block. I mean, both sides have been putting in that work, and that's why that coverage around the block is so important.
Bella Wooden already with 8 blocks tonight. Asiata tight on the net. Blackett from the back row. Tried to cut far sideline, but missed.
The benefit for Utah Valley for having 2 setters in, even though Chisholm is that primary setter, is when she takes the first contact, Riggs is right there. It's second nature.
EK now on the service line. Page the kill into the block. I've noticed Utah Tech is serving Blackett when she's in the back row. Seems like every serve is going the way of Blackett to try to get Utah Valley out of system.
You definitely don't want to go to Matavao. Blackett, she's really strong defensively on the digs and reading the blocks, but so far her serve receive hasn't been as good.
Great dig, Matavao here to keep the point alive. Outside Harrison with room on the back line.
It's been so fun to watch both of these teams' hitters because they're so athletic, and then they are just so nifty. I mean, she cut inside there and went down the line just at the last second.
The sophomore from Cedar City. Blackett down the line, off the touch.
And the other part of trying to serve Blackett is you're trying to pull her out so that she can't be taking that outside attack.
Her approach on that pin is so impressive. Harrison long, attack error, and Utah Valley is out to an early lead here in set 3. There's Lonnie Matavao, the junior libero, 2nd team all WAC. West Jordan, Utah is where she calls home. Harrison into the block again. Chisholm this time with Wooden.
Chisholm came into the tournament with 28 blocks on the year, and she has the opportunity now to be that big blocking presence, and she's risen to that challenge.
Blackett hits the antenna on this attack, trying to go down the sideline again. Stops 3 consecutive for Utah Valley. Casey Bugus here back to serve. Had 2 aces on Thursday versus Southern Utah. The service error.
You hate to see that right there for Utah Tech. As soon as they get the point back, you really want to use that as momentum, as fuel to try and get back in, and 1 in the net is just deflating all of that.
Outside to Reese, goes cross, Chisholm the dig. Stays inside the pole. Reese on the outside. Chisholm can't get to this one, and it's a kill for Sydney Reese.
And that all started with the coverage from Lofiso off that block, was right there, allowed her setter to be able to run some sort of offense in Waters.
What's fun watching our 2 coaches just up and down out of their seats, trying to stay calm. Intensity is good here tonight. Trainer tries to cut, she hits into the net.
Yeah, Trainer just mistimed that one. That's a rare mistime that you'll see from Tessa Trainer because she has been on point this tournament.
Get double-digit kills each of the first 2 matches, Tessa Trainer, 12 in each. tonight with 5. Freed's been quiet offensively. She'll get the kill from the middle.
Great first touch, great serve receive, and then you know when it's coming up there, you're going to try and get Freed involved, and that's exactly what she does. She finds a way.
Here's Marley Rogue, and the leader in service aces with 1 tonight. The service error, the second service error into the net of the set.
That's back-to-back service errors for Utah Tech, so they need to find a way to clean that up ASAP.
Utah Valley only with 3 kills thus far in this set, but 10 points. They're finding other ways to score. Asiata into the block. Jaffa and Glockner both there.
Utah Valley, the #1 blocking team in this conference for a reason.
The national leader at more than 3.5 per set. Louisville's second in the country in that stat at 3.1. So the Wolverines will own that stat throughout the remainder of the year. Asiata. And outside Page down the line, a touch and a kill, Avery Page. And Utah Tech needs a timeout. The Wolverines starting to run away here in set number 3. 1 set apiece. Utah Tech and Utah Valley. The old Hammer rivalry on ESPN+. Utah Valley a 12-7 lead here in set 3. Kendra, a quick look at the stat sheet. Already 6 attack errors by Utah Tech in the set to go along with 2 service errors. Wolverines are not having to do it offensively in this set. Utah Tech is certainly helping out.
Utah Tech just needs to clean up their side of the court, and I'm sure that's the message that Coach Hafoka had mentioned. Hey, we got to play our brand of volleyball, and we can't do that if we do not get a great first touch.
Asiata near side, unable to put velocity on it. Glockner goes cross. It's inside the line. Glockner, the sophomore from Salt Lake City, started the career at the University of Idaho. Now close back home there in Orem. Page goes cross. Double-digit kills, her 12th, with 37 attempts already tonight.
Utah Valley right now is just clicking on all cylinders. They're getting it done. Their blocks are there. And Utah Tech has fallen off on the blocking side. Utah Valley has been able to run their offense, and they're pulling the middles.
Page, her season high in attacks is 52. Good chance she'll get there tonight. Asiata, another attack and a kill.
I'll tell you what, I'll give it credit to Kennedy Knudsen because I know I've been watching her over there. She is itching to get back in the game. But as soon as that timeout was called, she was the first one off the bench, telling her team, helping motivate them, giving them advice from what she's seeing. And I know she wants to play, and I really hope we get to see her because I think she can be a game changer if Utah Tech isn't finding that spark offensively. Let's try and bring her into the game.
Was able to get in there late in the second set as Utah Valley made that run. It was 24-17. Utah Valley put together 7 consecutive points to force extra points. Asiata, another kill. We saw Knudsen for 3 points, maybe 4 points, but that was it. Utah Tech able to close out the set.
Yeah, I'm not sure the approach there. I mean, I know you're limiting her. It's the conference tournament, but, you know, just 3 points each, you know, that's not enough for her to get in rhythm. That's not enough for her to get comfortable. And then she's playing tense, and then you're at more risk for injury. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but Utah Tech's got to find a way right now. And I think your go-to is Asiata right now.
It almost felt like Coach Hafoka just wanted to steal that 25th point with Knudsen. After 3 Utah Valley points, he went back to the regular rotation. Jaffa on the slide into the net. It's an attack error. Again, here's Blackett on the back row. Let's see if majority of the night, Utah Tech has attacked Blackett with the serve. It's EK on the service line. It's Blackett, it's tight on the net. And Taylor Snow wins the joust at the net.
Tell you what, Taylor Snow, great work there. I mean, she's just so strong and powerful.
All WAC second team, Taylor Snow, the transfer from New Mexico State. Salem, Utah native. Outside, Page takes some off. Rowe able to dig. Page again, a full swing. Trainer keeps it alive. Harrison the punch, but it's out. And Avery Page on the attack. Utah Tech unable to play.
Avery Page up to 12 kills already. She's that go-to player, and she is just finding a way.
Her 16th match this year in double-digit kills. Blackett goes cross. LaFiso's there. Blackett into the block. Asiata and Snow. There's just no lane in between the four hands.
Yeah, that's Taylor Snow just executing that closing block to perfection, not allowing any room. And then that's also credit to Asiata. She's the one that has to set that, and then Taylor Snow was able to come in and close it.
Chisholm effective on the dump again. The second time we've seen that tonight.
Caught Utah Tech cheating back to their base.
Yeah, on their heels, and Chisholm takes advantage.
And they have to recognize she's in the front row, so she can go up there and do that.
Back to Harrison, blocked the first time. Drops it over the second. Had a chance there to set up the offense again, but also the chance right on the net to go ahead and strike it down, and she does. Wolverines have led throughout here in set 3. The Trailblazers right on their heels. Quick set to Wooden. It's long, but a touch at the net. And Bella Wooden adds to the stat sheet. Evelyn Chisholm the serve. Goes deep. Tough pass, but able to get a swing on it as Trainer. Blackett. Dug by LaFiso. Trainer off the net. Chisholm a dig, but off the court. And Tessa Trainer, who started hot, did not hear much of her in the second set, but gets the kill here in set 3.
How about that attack by Tessa Trainer off the block? She was also off the net a bit. A lot of hang time there and just clipped the block.
On the slide, Glockner blocked but out. So many options for Chisholm to work through. You got Page and Blackett, Wooden in the middle, and before you know it, you get Glockner on the slide. Tight on the net for Reese. Trailblazers keep it alive. Page, the overset, can't get to it.
The other part that what's working so well for Utah Valley is with Bella Wooden. She is holding Utah Tech's middle blocker because she's been such a reliable option. So then Cassidy Free, Taylor Snow, they have to wait that extra second to make sure that Wooden isn't that option. You'd rather leave your pins open than your middle. And so then those middles are having to try and close the gap, leaving those openings for Utah Valley to hit through.
They'll go to Wooden here, deflected at the net. Trainer tries to drop it in. Asiata tight. Page blocks Asiata and Freed again. That combination on that far pin. Another defensive block.
There's something about Asiata on that right side going up against Utah Valley's outside. She is setting the block, so she has to find the position, and then that allows Free to come to her, and she's just done so well. Most of those blocks are all on her own.
Another one on the jump test that's touching over 10 feet. Glockner here on the near side goes cross. And the 6'2" sophomore has Utah Valley within 5. Utah Valley took set 1, 25-21. Utah Tech set 2 at 27-25. On the outside again, Asiata blocked again. Jaffa who's back in.
No matter who comes in, Jaffa, Glockner, they are providing such an impressive blocking presence, and they're sealing the net.
And Coach Hafoka calls the timeout here for the Trailblazers. Let's take a look at the recap of this week. We started Thursday, the quarterfinals of the WAC tournament, with 3 matches. Utah Valley had a first-round bye, 7 teams in the league, so Utah Valley a first-round bye as the #1 seed. It started with Tarleton State taking down California Baptist. Utah Tech followed with a 4-set win on Southern Utah, and then Abilene Christian, the host school, beat the defending champions UT Arlington. 14 sets we saw in 3 matches. Great volleyball on Thursday in our quarterfinals. Semifinals, the top 2 teams, Utah Valley and Utah Tech, they rolled to straight set victories yesterday to set up our matchup. Again, both of these are 10-2 teams in the regular season. Utah Valley, the tiebreaker to be the #1 seed, but make no doubt, as the old Hammer rivalry plays out tonight, we've got the top 2 teams in the WAC.
100%, and you know, it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in the year, and so right now, Utah Tech and Utah Valley are just duking it out here. I mean, it's been a fun rivalry all season long. We have a great championship on our hands.
Championship trophy to be awarded tonight, the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament for the winner tonight. Another dump, another kill, Evelyn Chisholm.
Those are the ones that are really frustrating if you're Camilla Hafoka, because we've seen that a couple times, so you need to adjust. Rowe had pulled up ready to set, so she had moved over, and that gap was there once again.
Rowe with the set from her knees. Chance to set up the offense again. Trainer blocked again. Jaffa again. Utah Tech 2 points away from set 3.
I like the idea that Utah Tech continues to swing aggressively, but you got to utilize that block to your advantage at this point.
Glockner cross, dug in the back. It's Watson, her first appearance tonight. Right back to Glockner, tools the block. It's set point Utah Valley.
Utah Valley is rolling right now. Multiple option offense. A block that is absolutely impenetrable.
Bella Wooden to serve. Asiata tight, goes with the left hand. For the set, Blackett out of the back row. Dug by Watson. An overpass to Page and a kill. And set 3 to the Wolverines. 25-17, Utah Valley takes set number 3. They've got a 2-1 lead. Avery Page, her 12th kill. Utah Valley up 2-1 in our WAC championship. Utah Valley a 2-1 lead. They scored the last 6 points there of set number 3 to take that set 25-17. Andy Penny, Kendra Sheehan, Daisy Shrine is courtside for us tonight. We've seen a few runs like that for Utah Valley. 6 in the first set, 7 in the second set. 6-0 run to close out set number 3.
And in that set number 3, they had a 72% side out percentage compared to just 50% for Utah Tech. So when they lost the ball, they were getting it back, and then they were running that multiple option offense.
The block highly effective for the Wolverines, the national leader with 4 solo blocks and 22 assists. So a total of 15 blocks.
9 blocks for Bella Wooden. Just insane numbers. And that's what you're seeing with Utah Tech because of Wooden's numbers. I mean, she's holding that middle, which limits that middle's mobility and ability to put up the block for any of those pins.
Avery Page with 13 kills, 7 digs. Sammy Blackett, 7 kills, 14 digs. And again, the 9 blocks to go with 8 kills for Bella Wooden. Emery Harrison, 9 kills. Asiata and Reese with 7 apiece for the Trailblazers. They'll start in the middle, and Taylor Snow, the first point for Utah Tech. Important here for Utah Tech to stay loose. I know they're down 2-1. It's set number 4, but important to stay loose. Continue to play their game.
Yeah, they're going to feel like it's do or die. And while it is, they need to remember that they have to play their brand of volleyball to be successful.
Matavau played that. It would have been out near sideline. And now Kennedy Knutson will make an appearance to start set 4. Page on the outside, blocked. Knutson a free ball. There's kill number 1.
I was waiting to see, would we see her here in set number 3? It makes a ton of sense. This is the last potential set for Utah Tech if they don't win this. And she just brings another look to this offense.
Again, dislocated the ankle on October the 8th. Has really not played. Very limited yesterday. The final 6 points of the win versus Tarleton yesterday. A block at the net. Knutson and Freed. The first 3 to the Trailblazers. Great conversation with her mom, Chanel, prior to the game, and just tears started flowing as soon as we asked a question. Can we talk to you about Kennedy? And the tears immediately started flowing. That's the emotion that's been around the Utah Tech program the last 6 weeks. Wouldn't another kill.
One of the things that her mom had mentioned was just how tough of a year, obviously, it's been for Knutson, but how strong that she has been throughout the entire process. You're out for so long, and that can really be deflating, but she hasn't let that affect her mindset, the way that she shows up for her team, and you can feel that with the way that Utah Tech continue to perform.
Asiata into the block. Jaffa's coming alive defensively. She and Page with the block. I think the major question is how can Knutson move laterally to cover ground defensively? She'll get a swing outside pin and another kill. Might not matter. You need the offense.
Yeah. She was doing a great job at jumping and moving. She was going up for the block, so we'll see. Being that outside pin, you know, she only has to cover to the middle, so we'll see how that ends up playing out.
Knutson will take off some this time. Tight on the net. Page a throw. Trainer the dig. Page down the line. Another kill. Her 14th in 47 attempts.
That just shows how much they trust Paige. I mean, they're going to her constantly as their go-to option, and rightfully so. She's been with the program all 4 years, looking to end her collegiate career on a huge bang.
Reese, a little out of sequence, but still able to get a swing into the block. It's out far sideline.
An interesting set there. I think she was trying to go to the outside, but it just got stuck on her hand, so it gives that high 2 ball for their middle and Cassidy Freed.
This pass off the scoreboard, but Utah Valley able to keep it in system. And Paige another kill. Knutson, a quick breather, just a few points in rotation. So we'll keep an eye, see how fast she gets on. There's a look at her mom. There's Chanel, that we had the visit with prior to the match. Service error as the serve is long.
We'll give a shout out to Kennedy's father, Shane, who had played at Snow College in Southern Utah for football. I remember back in the day talking to Kennedy saying, hey, you're going to Utah Tech, the #1 rival for Southern Utah. But it was more about paving her own path, and he wasn't too mad.
Outside, Blackett, the big swing. That approach on this pin is something impressive. We're talking 3-4 steps before she takes off.
Yeah, so she gets so much power. Of course, there was a gap there, so you know she's going to split it. But once she gets up there and that set is there, there's really no stopping that kind of power.
Trainer takes some off. Snow tries to go right back over the net and hits it into the net. So 6 apiece. It's Mataval on the service line. Blackett. And Trainer on the far side, able to hit off the block for the kill.
And this is so important for Utah Tech. Every point means that much more. You have to fight through it all, and Trainer did a great job. She was off and found that block right there to clip it.
Trainer, 3rd season with the Trailblazers. Tonight, her 40th match. Trainer off the block. The Paige there to dig. Blackett again. Tries to go tight on a cross, but hits it into the net. Here's Marley Rowe. Paige from the back row. LaFiso the dig. Blackett off the block. Went off speed, able to get a fingertip touch.
And that's what's so dangerous about Blackett. Because she has that tremendous power, Utah Tech's got to get back. They got to get back to base quickly. So then when she pulls off with that roll shot, it requires Utah Tech to try and throw anything to get a hand or any sort of body part on that.
Outside to Trainer. Net violation called on Utah Valley. The swing went long, but a net violation. The point to Utah Tech. And Knutson in rotation back on the floor.
Utah Tech now needs to stack the good plays. Okay, you have a 2-point lead. You got to hold this serve.
Coach Hafoka told us those exact words in our conversation with her. We have to have runs of points. We cannot side out for entire sets. At some point, we have to put runs together. Blackett says not here.
And that's a really fun option when Blackett goes to that go route, which is a shorter outside, and your middle goes to the slide, so it pulls Utah Tech.
Paige now back in the front. Tight on the net, Knutson. Trainer from the back row. Great dig, Chisholm. Page, a kill. Inside the 10-foot line on the cross.
Hey, sometimes on those type of kills, you go, hey, hats off,
Yep.
Avery Page, well done.
Yep, just tip the cap and move on to the next point. Look at that swing. What a cut inside the double block. Pushed, but out. Right idea, poor execution, the error. And now Utah Valley has the lead. Blackett a double-double now, 10 kills, 15 digs. Asiata off the block.
Asiata has been so fearless during this match. I love her approach. I love the way that she's testing that strong block, and it's working.
Her 7th kill tonight. You can just feel it right now. Players are making plays. This is championship volleyball. You can feel it. Here's Page right on cue. Blocked at the net this time. Glockner blocks. Knutson and Freed. All WAC performers.
Yeah, that was all Cassidy Freed sliding over there. Terrific job getting her hand over the net.
Again, deep to Blackett. Utah Tech continues to serve Blackett in the back row. Near side, Asiata again. It's in. Back and forth we go. Just with Knutson on the floor, it again keeps Utah Valley maybe half a step slower to get to their positioning block-wise. Wooden in the middle. Freed, the set to Knutson. Uses the touch, has a kill.
It is, because Knutson finds a way no matter what. Roll shot, hard shot, tip.
And a timeout from Coach Atoa and Utah Valley. Utah Tech a 13-10 lead in set number 4, the WAC championship on ESPN+. 13-10 Utah Tech here in set number 4. Let's send it courtside with Daisy Strine. Hey, Daisy.
Hey, Andy, I've got a WAC flashback for you. The first ever WAC volleyball tournament was held at the MGM Garden Arena in Las Vegas. It was BYU against Hawaii. They went into 5 sets in that championship match, and BYU came out on top. Hawaii later got their revenge in the NCAA regional finals, sweeping BYU. Hawaii then advanced to the national championship match where they fell to Stanford. Andy?
Yeah, thanks, Daisy. That Hawaii program,
Whew.
I believe like 232-4 in their WAC conference history, conference matches, 232-4.
Just over a decade's worth of greatness.
Page a kill on one side. Asiata returns the favor. And the service errors that we saw, the attack errors that we saw have been minimized. This is all about players making plays. The offense has come alive here in set 4.
Hey, who wants it more at this point?
So Waters the serve. Page takes some off. The dig by Waters. Second chance. In the middle, Jaffa with the kill. Chisholm now with 40 assists. Rowe with 24, Waters with 12 on the other side. On the slide. Boy, Jaffa's come alive. Another option in this offense.
Yeah, it wasn't like she was necessarily quiet. She had produced on the blocking side, but now you just add that hitting, and it makes this offense that much more dangerous.
6 blocks, now 4 kills to go along with it. Out of system for Utah Tech, a chance to attack. Page. Continue to feed the beast, her 18th kill tonight.
My goodness. I mean, you just look at Avery Page's collegiate career, and she started out electric, WAC freshman of the year, continued that her sophomore year, second team all WAC selection, third year, first team, and then to cap it all off, a player of the year status. And she said it could have gone to any one of her teammates because they all have been incredible this season.
Jeffa a touch, another point. Of course, Page, another Utah connection at Lehigh, Utah. A run for the Wolverines, 4 in a row. They flipped the scoreboard and have a 1-point lead at 15-14. In Utah Valley in set 1, a 6-0 run, had a 7-0 run in set 2, closed out set 3 in a 6-0 run, and now here they are with 4 in a row, trying to close this out in 4.
For Utah Tech, really can't let Utah Valley get too much of a lead, and so, hey, feed Asiata, Knutsen's in, utilize her while she is in.
Utah Valley is doing this tonight without Alyssa Erickson, who rolled the ankle in set number 1. About midway through set number 1, rolled the ankle and will not return tonight. So lack of depth there at the outside hitter position, but of course what Blackett does along with Page on the outside, both in double-digit kills. Page with 18, Blackett with 10. Asiata has reached double-digit kills. She now has 10. 12 digs for Tessa Trainer to go with her 8 kills. She closes in on a double-double. Four in a row for the Wolverines to take this 15-14 lead. And Page another swing. A second time. Waters the dig. Reese took some off. Able to get it down on the Utah Valley side.
It's all about smart, aggressive volleyball at this point.
Kalanani Watson, the 5'7" sophomore. Saw her come in and serve in the third set. She'll do it again here in the fourth. Page blocked this time, but keeps it alive. Tight on the net, able to cut. Dug up again. Trainer goes deep. Would have been tight on the line. I think it would have stayed in. Blackett elected to play it, but could not pop it up.
And that's actually such a hard ball to swing on because it's coming from the back. You have to time it so well, and that's just a testament to Tessa Trainer's ability.
And now the service ace on the pass error.
If I'm Utah Tech, I am continuing to serve it straight to Sammy Blackett.
3 in a row out of the Utah Tech timeout. Utah Valley will do the same to try to break momentum as the Trailblazers back on top by 2. (17-15) Utah Tech.
You know, both of these teams have talked about the hard year that has been for Utah Valley. They've faced a ton of adversity. Utah Tech with the injury to Kennedy Knutsen. But when you look at Utah Valley, they have had to find sanity in the madness of the season. They've had construction at their home arena in Lockhart Arena, so they really weren't able to play a true home match. To the last 3 home matches of the regular season, they were playing in the basketball gym or they were playing at a high school. They weren't able to utilize their own locker room. So it kind of felt like a true road season because they just were never around. Factor that in with the shooting that happened on campus while Utah Valley wasn't there for it. Some of the players who weren't traveling were, and it just rocked the campus. It rocked the state really, and it forced Utah Valley to have to focus on themselves and, hey, what can we control? And we can control how we play volleyball, how we show up for ourselves, how we show up for our team. And together, both of these teams through the adversity have put together prolific years.
Coach Atoa became a little emotional with us as we asking the hard questions about what has this year been like emotionally for your team. And I saw it last night in his post-game interview, just so super proud, not only of their value on the court, but the way that they have supported each other in the things of this world.
And things like that, I mean, a season can unravel quickly.
No doubt.
And credit to Utah Valley.
So after Utah Valley 4 in a row, Utah Tech now with 5 in a row. Another service ace for Watson.
Now we've seen this similar position before where Utah Tech was up and Utah Valley climbed back 7 set points and nearly took set number 2.
Watson will serve deep, too deep. It's long on the end line. Page to serve. Trainer dug by Page. Free ball though for Freed. Page able to get the dig. Tight on the net. Freed with no blockers in front, and Utah Valley out of position. Drops it on the far sideline. Trainer has joined Asiata in double-digit kills. A double-double for Trainer, 10 and 13. Tight on the net, off the touch. It's Sydney Reese. Trailblazers 4 points away from a decisive 5th set. It's EK the serve. Jaffa, another big swing. Off of Waters for the kill.
Oh, that was a great look by Jaffa.
Mataval, the southpaw. Trainer. It's a touch, it's a kill.
We have ourselves a real battle. I wouldn't want it any other way, you know?
Wolverines took the first set. Trailblazers the second. The Wolverines the third. Trailblazers 3 points away from the fourth. Blackett. LaFiso the dig. Trainer again. Back to the sophomore. Blackett. Boy, the look in her eyes as a competitor. I tell you what. Locked in.
It's scary if you're Utah Tech, but I'll tell you what, when she does make a mistake, she's the first one to say, hey, my bad, I'm going to get that next time.
Chisholm serves deep. Blackett again. Covered by Watson. Asiata dug by Page. Chisholm trying to keep it alive, can't get there. And Asiata, kill number 11. It all starts here, Utah Valley, with the pass. Here off the serve of Trainer. Wooden, boy, what hang time on the quick set.
Oh my goodness.
The timing was a bit off, but she stuck with it.
So fun to watch her this season. That's that quick 3 gap. She's so good at it.
Blackett down the near sideline. Asiata off the net. Page, dug by Rowe. Knutson, though, blocked. Glockner and Wooden again. In the middle, Snow dug by Chisholm. Asiata, Chisholm again. Glockner down the line. It's wide. It's set point, Utah Tech. And a substitution here. It was Snow who was on the service line. Coach Afoka, the substitution to get Bugis on the service line. First set point, set 4. And it's a service error. Well short of the top of the net.
Yeah, that was just tough for Utah Tech. It's just not what you want to do when you come in. She knows that. So now Utah Tech needs to side out right here. And for Utah Valley, can they go on that run that they did in set number 2 to almost steal that one?
We saw it 7 straight on set point. Asiata for the set. Kept alive. Page on the outside. Didn't get all of that one. Knutson for the set. In the middle, Freed. The roll shot, the off speed, .25 in set number 4. 4 sets, not enough. We're going to champion take all set number 5. The Western Athletic Conference Championship on ESPN+. Well, did we expect anything less? We'll go to winner take all, champion take all. Set number 5, the Old Hammer rivalry, the Western Athletic Conference Championship. Andy Penny, Kendra Sheehan, and Daisy Strine. It's been a great one tonight, huh?
I just feel like this is the perfect ending to a fantastic tournament. I mean, day 1 started so strong. The semifinals were electric. And nothing more than you want on a championship Saturday than to have this go to 5. And it's a shortened one, so every point matters. You got to get off to that fast start. You got to limit those errors. And you have to keep those emotions in check.
We'll play to 15 here in set 5. Every point matters. What's the conversation in your mind here for these two head coaches as we prepare for set number 5?
You know, both these teams are very similar in the offensive approaches, but they're slightly different. So Utah Valley, they've got to rely on that block. They've got to rely on that first touch. And for Utah Tech, they have to seal the block. So when Bella Wooden is in, it's really impactful for Snow and Freed. They have a lot on their plate this set in order to close some of those blocks, because you give Page, you give Blackett any sort of gap, they're going to hit right through it and your defense isn't aligned. So limiting the mistakes, the serves, they all got to go in. And you love the energy, and you love to see Abilene Christian. I know they were knocked out yesterday, but the home team, they're still here. They're supporting Coach Alstrip, making her team show up. And sometimes, hey, that's motivation. You don't like this feeling of sitting in the stands?
Let's do something about it.
Let's see you work in the offseason.
We've seen collectively more than 100 kills tonight. Utah Valley 57, Utah Tech 51. The hitting percentages aren't great, but that's courtesy of the defensive line blocks for either team. Utah Valley 17 blocks. Utah Tech with 14 blocks. Bella Wooden a double-double, 10 kills, 10 blocks. Sammy Blackett a double-double, 11 kills, 16 digs. Avery Page a double-double, 18 kills and 16 digs. Tessa Trainer on the other side, a double-double, 11 kills, 13 digs. And Nana Asiata with 10 kills as well. 4 sets down, 1 to go, nothing decided for the WAC championship. Blackett serves to get us started. A chance for Glockner to swing, and she'll add another kill. Her 10th as well.
Utah Tech had a great first pass there. They were able to run that 3-option offense. I would have liked you to put that ball away. Instead of the tip, then you allow Utah Valley to get a nice swing there.
On the outside, Asiata off the block. Again, Utah Tech has never won a WAC championship. They've never been in the NCAA tournament in Division I. Utah Valley with 2 WAC championships and 2 automatic qualifiers out of the WAC.
And we're talking all sports for Utah Tech, so a chance to do something that no other sporting program has been able to do in St. George.
Chisholm the dig. And back to the WAC Player of the Year. Dug up well by LaFiso. Rowe takes a swing on the free ball instead of the bump free ball. Goes ahead and takes a swing and hits it long.
Okay, you know, I like the idea, I like the attack. Probably hasn't taken a back row swing in a really long time. But hey, you just shake that one off, side out right here if you're Utah Tech.
Out of system for the Trailblazers. Glockner again. And again here, Kendra Knutson on the floor for offense, but feel like Utah Valley is challenging her defensively on the block.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Utah Valley, you definitely want to go to Knutson. You want to challenge her. You know that she probably has limited mobility, and utilize that to your advantage.
Chisholm tries to push it on the inline. Whistle. Net violation on the Wolverines. So it's EK on the service line. In the middle, Jaffa. Free ball for Snow. And a kill.
Officiating crew letting Taylor Snow know to take it back a little bit.
A little emotion in the building here.
Hey, you get a play like that, you're going to celebrate. This is the WAC championship.
Page near side, takes some off. Goes as her 19th kill tonight.
And what's more impressive, I mean, she's been really good on the serve receive, on digging, giving her setter an option so that she goes back to it. Hey, reward me.
Riggs serves deep. Asiata dug by Blackett. Another kill, her 20th. That's a season high here in 2025.
Hey, no better place to have a season high than the WAC championship.
On 64 attempts, also a season high. Snow dug by Blackett again. Page dug by LaFiso. Third time in the point. Cuts it again. Asiata blocked. Jaffa. And a Utah Tech timeout.
What a great rally there, and what a great up by Kennedy Knutson, because you know if the block is there, Paige goes cross court. She goes tight inside that 10-foot line, and so credit to Utah Tech. They've adjusted. They've put a player there.
Utah Valley, a 6-3 lead. We're halfway through set 5 of the WAC championship. (6-3) Utah Valley. We want to give a shout out to the ACU TV production crew. They've been with us all weekend long for the WAC championships. Great job to the entire ACU TV staff. Thanks for all you did all week long in support of the Western Athletic Conference tournament.
Hey, hats off to them. Those are students. They're producing a high-level broadcast and doing it for 6 matches. Credit to them. You guys have been fantastic all week long.
Utah Valley 3-point lead, make it 4 on the 4 hits. And it's now a 7-3 Wolverine lead. Also want to give a shout out, there's Luke White. He's part of the athletic communications department here at ACU. He's been with us providing Kendra and I stats all weekend long as well.
Luke has gotten his steps in, and he's done it with a smile on his face the entire time. An absolute pleasure. It's been great working with him this tournament as well.
A service ace for Utah Valley, 8-3 as we switch sides. And Kendra, the Wolverines in full control. The 8-3 lead. And now an opportunity to side this thing out for a WAC championship. It's still Natalie Riggs to serve.
Utah Tech, needs to side out right here.
Jaffa on the cross. Starting to feel it in green and white. And Coach Hafoka another timeout.
And right now, both these teams are playing high-level volleyball. Utah Valley, though, is executing an insanely high clip right here in set number 5. And so if you're Coach Hafoka right now, you got to focus on the little things. Hey, can we control what we control? Let's hit it to Asiata. She's had that hot hand. She's had that big block. Trainer's another one. But right now, you just take it 1 point at a time. It looks like a huge deficit for such a short set. You can't look ahead. 1 point at a time.
This is almost new territory for both Utah Tech and Utah Valley. Utah Tech has only played 4 5-set matches all season long, and they're 26. Utah Valley's only played 5 5-set matches. One, I think that speaks to the dominance of these two teams throughout their schedule all season long. But new territory for both. Utah Valley last Saturday here in Abilene was pushed to 5 versus Abilene Christian, but came out on top.
I think this next point is crucial for Utah Tech. It's not the end-all be-all, but I think it can shift some of the momentum, and it can just shift the mental side of this game, because right now Utah Tech has to fight that mental battle almost as much as that physical battle.
You can see Natalie Riggs on the service line. Efficient again tonight for the Wolverines. Trainer out of the back row. Page, an open floor.
It's almost fitting that Paige is having this kind of a night. I mean, 4 years here. This is her final collegiate tournament. Should they go to the NCAA tournament, she'll have another opportunity. But just a huge, huge presence here today.
Snow with a swing, it's long. And the Wolverines are 4 points away from the WAC championship.
And credit to Riggs on that previous play. I mean, she was the driving factor of getting that ball up, allowing Paige to continue to have her electrifying night.
We'll see Lucia Lange, the 5'11" sophomore for the first time. Wears number 6 for Utah Tech. Out of system. Jaffa, Doug. Harrison stops the bleeding for the Trailblazers and gets the side out.
Huge dig by Rowe, and then just enough. You don't have to be too fancy at this point if you're Utah Tech. You got to find that open floor.
Page, one more time.
I mean, it's just insane what she's able to do. Look at how she goes up there. The swing, the approach, the hang time, the power.
Now on the service line. Waters tight. Harrison can't cut it with the left hand. 2 points away. Sam Atoa, his 27th season at Utah Valley. More than 500 wins. 379 of those have been in the Division I era, 13 seasons. Already 2 NCAA tournaments. Closing in on his third. A year that has been full of adversity on the court and off for the ladies from Orem. Blackett off the antenna. A 6-game match winning streak, 6-match winning streak in conference play. All by sweeps. 20 sets in a row. Blackett. The off speed. It's match point. Championship point for the Wolverines.
Sammy Blackett, once again, I mean, she's so sneaky with it too. Because of that approach, because of the way that she winds up, you do think she's gonna go for the hard kill, and you've got to get back to your base.
Mataval. The block. The exclamation point. The WAC championship. Utah Valley, the Wolverines, are the Western Athletic Conference champions in 2025. The exclamation mark, Bella Wooden, the block. Sam Atoa and the Wolverines will take the trophy back to Orem, 15-6 in set number 5.
Heck of a performance from Utah Valley. I mean, my goodness, that offense, that block is scary. There were few plays, despite the insane offensive attack from Utah Tech, that were out of system for Utah Valley. At the end of the day, it came down to that. Utah Valley was able to run an extremely effective offense. Hats off to Utah Tech. This is a program that has such a bright future ahead.
And Kendra, Utah Valley, they have the WAC Player of the Year. They also have our Player of the Match tonight. The senior Avery Page. What a fantastic finish to her conference career. The senior with 22 kills tonight to lead the Wolverines.
Hey, ending her WAC career on a bang, and she'll get a chance to do it once more in the NCAA tournament. She was a kill machine, an insane weapon for this team. Hits it through the gap, splits the block, tips it, roll shots it. You name it from the back row, she got it done tonight.
Our Player of the Match brought to you courtesy of Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of the Western Athletic Conference Women's Sports. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. The championship head coach Sam Atoa is courtside with Daisy Strine. Daisy.
Okay, Coach, let's take it back to the first set. Alyssa Erickson out with an injury. You didn't lose any momentum after that.
You know, we talk about trust and being able to buy into each other, and I thought the girls did a great job. Alyssa's a big part of our team, and to see her go down, but we were able to make those adjustments. It's been a season of adjusting, and they did a great job in being able to do that and bring this win for her as well.
And also a season of adversity. You've talked to us about that all season. With that adversity in mind, what does it mean to come out as number one?
Yeah, I'm so proud of the girls. I'm so proud of the girls. I mean, we've had such a hard year, a really hard year. But to see them on top and to see them #1 and to win this and earn the spot to go to the NCAA tournament, I'm so proud of them. I really am, and so I can't be more proud of them.
Coach, I can see the emotion. I can feel it. Where does that emotion come from?
Just my love for them. It's just the hard work that they put in, and just trying to be the best for them, and so I'm so proud.
And Coach, I hear you've got a lot of kids and grandkids at home watching, so what do you have to say to them?
I love you, kids. Lori, kids, my grandkids. Thank you for your support. I'm coming home tomorrow.
Congratulations, Coach. Go get your trophy. Andy, we'll send it back to you.
Great job, Daisy. Congratulations, Sam Atoa. Our post-match interview brought to you by Signature Championship Rings. Your success set in stone. The husband of 1, the dad of 6, the grandfather of 7, and the coach of 17 plus. Sam Atoa and Utah Valley, the Western Athletic Conference champions in 2025.
My goodness. I mean, you just feel for this program that had so much adversity, was able to power through it, and you can just feel a coach like that and the love he has for his program. And when you can have a coach that pours into their players like that, you see the results. These players do not transfer. They stay year after year, and there's a reason for it, and it's Coach Atoa.
Put the sticker on the wall. It is official. The Western Athletic Conference champions. I tell you what a match. Adversity throughout the match on both sides. They're pushed to set 5 and just took full control there of set number 5 to get that win in dominant fashion, 15-6 there in that final set. You could not feel the adversity of this team. I think that's a trademark of what they've been through all season long. It carried out all the way into set number 5.
I mean, imagine not having a true home, you know, not having your true locker room, always being on the road. I mean, that's just a tough battle anyway. It's exhausting to go through a season like that. And the travel that Utah Valley has to take. I mean, these Texas schools, it's a gauntlet, and this team proved to be successful, and they are playing at a high level. I am so excited for their matchup that they have in the NCAA tournament, because they better look out. The Utah Valley Wolverines, they're coming.
They'll get a chance to go home, a chance to rest, relax, enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday next week. The NCAA selection show is not until next Sunday, November 30th. So a sigh of relief and a chance again to catch their breath. The Wolverines of Utah Valley now 16-10 on the year. Their first ever regular season conference championship, piggybacked now with a tournament conference championship as well.
Fantastic work by Utah Valley, bringing home their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2021, and Sam Atoa's 3rd WAC title.
Our next honoree is outside hitter.
We can take a look at the all-tournament team announced by the Western Athletic Conference. That has just been announced. It's being announced as well to the in-house audience as well from public address. We will share it with you as well. Our all-tournament team here in the WAC for the tournament. Hannah Gonzalez, the middle blocker from Abilene Christian, is part of the all-tournament team. And then the remainder of the all-tournament team from tonight's match. Marley Rowe, the junior setter, named all-tournament. Nana Asiata, you can see her on the screen, the sophomore tonight. Asiata with 11 kills. Tessa Trainer also on the all-tournament team. Trainer in double-digit kills in all 3 matches this week for Utah Tech. And they are having their moment in the tunnel, trying to get them to be a part of this celebration as well, which is certainly difficult for Coach Hafoka and Utah Tech. For Utah Valley, 3 on the all-tournament team. Evelyn Chisholm, the setter, as you can see her on the screen. Chisholm, the junior setter. Bella Wooden also on the all-tournament team. Avery Page is on the all-tournament team.
And finally, a middle blocker from Utah Valley, Bella Wooden.
So look at Page again with 22 kills tonight with 16 digs. Bella Wooden, 10 kills and 10 blocks. Double doubles for both Bella Wooden and Avery Page.
Honestly, it could have gone either way with Avery Page and Bella Wooden, but Bella Wooden had that tremendous blocking presence, and it was huge. I mean, hats off to all of them.
And our most outstanding player of the Western Athletic Conference Tournament, there's a look. The senior, she was the WAC Player of the Year. She was the WAC most outstanding player here in the tournament. And Avery Page, the 6'1" senior outside hitter, closing out her WAC tournament career. And now the championship trophy to the Wolverines.
A culmination of an entire offseason, an entire body of work this season. Congratulations to Utah Valley.
Did not want to go away tonight without saying congratulations to Camilla Hofoka and the Utah Tech Trailblazers. A fantastic season that ends at 21-6. Their most wins in their Division I history and their first postseason victories with their quarterfinal and semifinal victories this week.
There's just so much to be proud of if you're Utah Tech. I mean, what you were able to do, you wrote history, and you did so. You pushed Utah Valley to 5 sets. This is a really, really good team, and they've returned a lot of pieces from previous years. Should they get some more pieces back next year, I think this is a very scary team. And with Coach Hofoka at the helm, anything's really possible.
It was 2021 the last time Utah Valley made the NCAA tournament. They won the WAC tournament as the 7 seed, but then advanced to the NCAA tournament where they played USC in that opening round in 2021. But they will go in as the tournament champion, the number 1 seed out of the WAC. The celebration continues. We hope to hear from Avery Page, our most outstanding player, here in just a moment. Get her thoughts on the Wolverines and their conference tournament championship.
It's always so hard because they're celebrating and we're just like, hey, Paige, we need to pull you for just 2-3 quick questions, and then you got all night to hold on to that trophy. So there's Ryan Pickens. Way to go for him. He's been a fantastic sports information director, providing us with all the stats that we need.
And she's making her way over to Daisy Strine. Our most outstanding player, Avery Page, 22 kills, 16 digs, and the Wolverines, the Western Athletic Conference champions. Avery is courtside with Daisy Strine. Daisy.
Avery, congratulations. You get to round out your senior year as a champion and with a double-double. What does it mean to you?
It means everything. We worked so, sorry, I lost my voice. We've worked so hard for this, and everyone on the team is so deserving. I couldn't picture going out a better way.
I just talked to Coach Atoa a few minutes ago. He was so emotional talking about how much he loves this team. What do you have to say to the coaching staff?
I mean, we couldn't do it without them. They're the ones that are running the practices. They're taking us places to eat. They're really getting our spirits up. Like, they're the best.
And how are you going to celebrate this win?
I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go eat a lot of food.
Well, congratulations, Avery. Thank you so much. Andy, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. Great job all week, Daisy Strine. Courtside, our most outstanding player for the conference champions in 2025. It is Avery Page.
Hey, she ate on the court today. She deserves a well-nourishing meal after that insane 22-kill, 16-dig, 5-block performance. Holy cow.
Final thoughts from Abilene as we wrap up the 2025 WAC tournament.
Fantastic tournament. Such great competition from top to bottom. Everybody makes the tournament, and everybody came to play. Utah Tech, Utah Valley, a terrific showdown. Hats off to Utah Valley and a bright future ahead for a lot of these programs.
Enjoyed the weekend with you, my friend.
So fun. So glad I got to do it with you.
We'll do it down the road again. The 2025 Western Athletic Conference tournament champions, the Utah Valley Wolverines. For Kendra Sheehan and Daisy Strine, I am Andy Penny. We're saying so long from Abilene, Texas, one final time, where the conference champions, Utah Valley, beats Utah Tech in 5 sets. All games are airing on the ESPN networks. They're streaming live and they're archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.